Alright everyone, and welcome to on-sharp masking applied to images, basically how to sharpen an image basically using the on-sharp masking. This is a very interesting selection actually of tools, and it's a pretty good pipeline actually. It's not a bad pipeline at all. Okay, so read all that. Okay, and one of the main reasons you need to sharpen your image again, or sometimes blur it actually. I will talk about that also later on, is to basically when you transfer pictures from light to pixels, light is much more organic, than pixels. Okay, this is why a 35 millimeters camera with the product that they add on the original film, that had to be processed, the chemicals are better than pixel. Pixels is basically cubism at very very small size, the smallest size we can get on a computer basically, which is 1 pixel. All right. There's two type of graphics, by the way. You have pixel-based graphics that are called bitmaps, basically, and so forth. They call raster, raster graphic. And you also have another type of graphics that you guys have been using too quite a bit, probably, especially if you took my classes, which I know you did. That's the Flash format, which in reality is called the vector format, which is Flash, Illustrators, and this is not pixel based. This is a curve based system, based out of a formula, a quadratic formula, math formula in reality. So, and that's very different in the way it works. So now we are pixel based business. All right, and so when you turn light into pixels, it's just make it fuzzier. You can't get as sharp or as good as it is on in the real light, basically. You have also two systems that we're going to deal with. Is the RGB system, red, green, and blue system, and the CMYK system that we'll look at after that. The RGB is basically everything that is visual. So internet, computer screens, TV, movies, everything that video games, all those are RGB based. Okay, it's a three-color system basically. Now, the other CMYK is basically printing based. Everybody that prints on paper will use CMYK. It's much more accurate. It has a black at the end that it just look good. It looks really good. Okay, for printing better than RGB. So let's get going, and so first go to the raw adjustment right here. I don't do that again. You know what? I don't use the clarity slider much because I don't like manipulating my pictures right there. But please go through that in the slider in your pictures. All right, so we are right here in the bridge, and let me select a picture. That's probably the one you'll be working at. You have to, it's the 5A. All right, you guys, and after you've done all your color scheme, obviously, the white, the black, points, and see, that's the main reason I don't like to do clarity here, is because you haven't done leveling yet, and for me leveling is the most important thing I want to do, and I don't want to do it here because remember, it's you're stuck with it after that. All right, and if I want to do something else, have some other effects, I'm just stuck with it. So I'd rather do it with a layer adjustment, remember. But let me show you, it's right here. You can increase the clarity right there. So let's go really hard. You see how it gets a little clearer? All right, right here you can see the effect right there. Yeah. I'm talking about, it's a little clearer. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit, you see, about that in reality, because I disagree with a lot of people. I'm from the movie industry, and in the movie industry, in the photo industry, um, sharp is not always the best. All right, on a movie, it's that's actually one of the way objects that are too sharp on their contour. All right, is one of the way you pick up CGI, computer generated image, from known from camera, from 35 camera basically image, because the real 35 camera roll, the one they use with Ariflex, in the movie sets, actually is a chemical process, as I was saying earlier, and will blend the light better. So that's why I don't like to do that right there. Okay, so I'll talk about it more in a couple seconds.